Man, last Sunday's game made me sick to my stomach. And if you got a chance to watch it, then you understand exactly what I'm talking about. And if you missed the game, shame on you. You missed a good one. But I'm going to let y'all know exactly all the reasons why I was sick to my stomach. Hey, yo, y'all, this is Hellraisers Podcast, baby. Welcome. Let's get it on, baby.
Come on! It's game time, but then it's more than a game. Yeah, it's my time, I'm steady moving the chains. We the kings, baby, but yo, we rolling, strolling. Ain't nobody gonna take the throne that I'm holding. I'll be bringing the boom in the southwest sun. Or we can do it at night, but there's no way you can run. I'm breaking bones, like the music busting them amps. When I hit the end zone, fans are rocking the stands, cause I'm a sure bet. Representing the town, city of the cross is my stomping ground. That's literal, so y'all better give me respect. When you up in my house, your whole squad get wrecked. Gonna listen to your people while they rooting for you. Cause once you all on my site, you ain't gonna know what to do. When the smoke clears from the ruckus I bring, y'all had better bow down. You can call me the king now.
Yeah, what is up, all my Hellraisers out there? Welcome to Ep.4 of Hellraisers Podcast, baby. I am your host, Gabriel Garcia. Yeah, man, I haven't got over that loss, man. I know we're 0-3 right now, but this one hurt. This one hurt. We're going to get into it today, man. Hope you guys are out there feeling good and living good, man. As for me, I am here back in my studio. As you can see, it's still under work right now, man. For those of you that watched the show last week, I was up in the office in the house. Today, I was able to bring it back out here. Finally got my air conditioner, my new AC installed, my two-way. And, right now, you're going to see, by next week, you're going to see a different backdrop, guys. I put some things together. Got to repaint the walls. I'll probably leave the acoustic foam, move it around a little bit because, it's the colors of the squad, baby, just like that. My little tidbit's still going to be in here, keeping me company as I'm bringing you a great show every single week. Yeah, but we're going to change some things up in the background, y'all, but I'm feeling good to be back up in here. Feeling good to be back up with you guys another week, man. All my Hellraisers out there, where are you at? Yeah, I'll at your boy, man. Y'all be sure to hit me up on my social medias or on the email. I do got an email question coming today. So we had a good one, man, and we're going to get into that today. We got a few things to get into today. So the ride we got going down tonight or today, whatever time of day you're watching this show, well, I'm going to tell you what's coming. And by the way, y'all, if you have not yet gone on, okay, if you're watching this, I should say on YouTube, and you watched it on my personal page, that's cool. Subscribe, follow, share it. But I need y'all to do me a favor. Go in and hit that search bar on YouTube and look up the United Football Media, man, because I am now part of the United Football Media family, and I have not had time to really play with all my graphics here and get everything going, get the logo up. And I'm sorry to the guys at UFM, but I'm going to get there. I promise. It's been busy, man. I've been working, daddy did job. And then I got, we got a homeowner out here. I got a big piece of land I've been trying to take care of, get my studio going back together so I can get up in here before the summer. Also trying to make quality time with the wife. And, I've got a few shows that I work on every single week, man. So I'm here, though. I'm here. And, y'all need to go on to YouTube. United Football Media, my show is available on there right now. Okay, y'all go on there, check it out, follow, subscribe. If you've got friends that are fans of the other teams in spring football in the UFL, hit them off, man. We've got a show for every single squad in the UFL. Oh, we do. We got a show if you're a fan of the Stallions. We got to show if you're a fan of the Defenders. We got to show if you're a fan of the Showboats. All right. We also got to show if you're a fan of the Panthers. We have a show if you're a fan of the Battlehawks. The ones yelling Kaka. Or is it Kaka? I'm sorry. It sounded like, We also got a show if you're a fan of the Houston Roughnecks and the San Antonio Brahmas and the Roughnecks. We'll be getting into them in a little bit because we got a big matchup coming up with them this weekend. So, hey, United Football Media. Shout out to Webb and to all the guys, Ace, everybody that has helped me. They took me in, gave me a home for this show. Yeah, and they're showing a lot of love, man. So y'all need to show the love right back if you appreciate my show. Go on, show your love, follow it, share all the content, man, because they're doing some big things. I promise you that. And also, go on and download the Roku app, or if you have an Amazon Fire Stick or device, Roku device, go on and download the Fuel Network, y'all, because they're doing some big things there as well. And I get to be part of it. If you're not watching this show on there, you can find Hellraisers podcast on there, but you can also find my other show, Gridiron Nation Podcast, is available, yeah, on the Fuel Network, y'all. So it's big. It's big, man. I got a lot going on. It's got a lot going on, but a lot of people helping me out. But yeah, like I said, I am a part of the Fuel Network of shows, and also I am a part of the United Football Media family. These dudes, open their arms to me, man. Show me a lot of love, man. So y'all show the love right back. Now, it's time. It is time because I'm tired. I've been tired. I've been waiting all week to rant. If you know me, man, you ever watch Gridiron Nation, you know I'm loud, man, and I tell like it is. I don't sugarcoat nothing, y'all. I will always come with it 100%. And if you're new to the show or to me, you're going to find that out about me real quick, man. I always tell like it is, good and bad. But one thing I never do is waver from supporting the squad. That's right. I will always support, the Renegades 100%. Win or lose, I don't care. We go 0-10 this year. I don't want to go 0-10 this year. I'll tell you that much. But it could happen. And if it does, I don't care. I'm still going to be here loud, complaining, but rooting on the squad because that's the way it is when you're a fan. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly the way it is when you're a fan, man. But so for the ride tonight, we're going to break down the game and how it went down this past week. We'll also get into a little bit of what's going around, the scores of the other games and how they went down. Talk about the standings a little bit. And also, we are going to look ahead, quick peek, little preview ahead to the big matchup between the winless squads. That hurt. That hurt coming out. Between us and the Houston Roughnecks, man, between our beloved Renegades and the Houston Roughnecks, it is a big one because one of these teams has to win and one has to lose. And man, I sure hope that it is not us that loses this game. But we'll get into that, man. And also, I put out another social media, question for you guys on Facebook this week. And also, I got my first email. Okay. For now that I did have an email after my first week, but my first email being a part of the UFL familia, man. So we are going to get into that question today because it's a good one. So let's get right down to it, man. First of all, y'all got to understand this is the first and only podcast fully dedicated. Told y'all I'm tired. Fully dedicated to the Arlington Renegades by the fans, for the fans, because that's what I am. I'm a fan. Y'all already understand this about me, man. So, yeah, this is how we're going to get into it tonight. It's time to look across the league at what went down in the UFL this past week, man. Okay? We ain't going to get into our game yet. But we had one game on Saturday besides ours. That was the Showboats visiting the Mighty Stallions, man. I hate to admit it, man, but oh man, those Stallions are looking strong, boy. Ooh, they're looking good, man. But you know what? I think this matchup, okay, now the Stallions went on to win 33-14. I think this matchup, though, it was a little bit of both, like the Stallions just being a really good team and the Showboats just being very overrated. Is it okay for me to say that? If you're a Showboats fan and you're watching, please don't turn it off. Please don't stop watching. But I'm just telling it like it is, man. Like everything y'all did on paper. You're sitting at 1-2 now. You were one of the squads right now that's supposed to be looking like 3-0 or at least 2-1. You feel me? So, yeah, very, very surprised. Very surprised that game was as one-sided as it was. But I'm not surprised that the Stallions won. I did expect the Showboats to show up, but they didn't show up or show out. They just did. They were a no-show. No Showboats. All right, what happened there? What happened, man? Also, we had the Roughnecks. Yeah, they put up 20 points, but it was not enough against the Panthers, who put up 34. Panthers defense was just too much, man. So the Roughnecks dropped to 0-3. Panthers go up to 2-1. I'm still not sure how good this offense is. I know how good the defense is. I'm still not sure. I mean, yeah, 34 points, but it was Houston. I mean, come on. Come on now. You know what I mean? Watch, I say that now, and then they're gonna put up like all kinds of points on my Renegades, man. And with our defense, it's possible. But I ain't gonna go there yet. Rein it in, Gabe. Rein it in. We ain't there yet. Let's talk about the Battlehawks at the Brahmas. This was a big one. In my Gridiron Nation show last week, I did pick the Battlehawks to win this game. Now the Brahmas, they did made it a little interesting there at the end. You know, they ended up losing 24-31 at home to drop to 2-1, while Battlehawks jump up to 2-1. But a lot of people were like, "Well, come on, man, the Brahmas, they were in it right there at the end." Yeah, they were, but for most of that latter part of the game, the fourth quarter, Battlehawks were in control. Okay. And then, like, the Brahmas were trying to pull that little comeback again. Battlehawks were like, y'all ain't going to do that to us like you did, before. And y'all, what was it, the week before they pulled that one? Yeah. And they said, y'all ain't going to do us like DC did Arlington, because it is time. It is time to get into that game. Renegades 28, Defenders 29. Yeah. Arlington falls to 0-3, man. And y'all, this one hurts because of the fact that if you watch this game, man, I was sick to my stomach there at the end. Let's get into it. All right, let's get into it. First of all, I got to give love to my boy, Luis Perez. 24-40 for 290 yards and 2 touchdowns. My dude did his thing again, almost near 300 yards. Okay. No interceptions. Now, I get it. There was probably about 4 passes that should have been picked off at some point, but they weren't. Could say the same for Tamu also. Jordan Tamu, I saw about 3 of them that should have probably been picked off that weren't, and that doesn't matter, though, because they weren't. Defenses didn't make the plays. Now, the Renegades controlled this game for pretty much the entire game. All right? They controlled this thing, man. And when I'm watching this game, I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, we're letting these dudes hang around. And they hung around. They kick a field goal here and there. And I'm just like, man, I didn't have a good feeling about it. But by the time when we went under 3 minutes with a 10-point lead, I started feeling good. I'm like, all right, let's go. When we hit that 2-minute mark, we had the 10-point lead with the 2-minute mark. Oh, it was on. I was like, all right, man, I'm going to chill now. My heart rate was kind of going down a little bit. I don't know if you guys are like me, man. I get really into these games where I'm pacing in a close game. I'm yelling at the TV. I'm talking to the TV. I'm like, let's go, baby. I'm loud. I'm loud like I am here. It's just the way I am. It's my personality. So that's what I was doing. I had been pacing. I'm like, oh, let's go. So I was able to sit down at least for a little bit. Okay. And then the kickoff happened. Yeah. But we'll get there. Because when we started with this first quarter, y'all, Tyler Vaughn's had three receptions on the opening drive. It was 3 or 4 receptions. We were looking good, man. We were rolling, and it was starting to look, as the game was going on, like we were just going to completely control this game. Now, I was thinking about in that first half, I was thinking about the Stallions game because it was the same thing. We were in control for that first half. I needed to see what we did in the second half, make sure that we weren't going to come out flat in that second half. Because in that first half, we had Lindsey Scott out there. He's yelling, flip 33, QB option. He's running the ball, man. There was at one point, what was it, in the second quarter? Okay, second quarter. And, he goes and reaches the ball out. You just saw the effort. But one thing that really, really made a difference for me in this game, okay, was our run game. Davion Smith, to me, I called him out last week. I did. And no, I'm not saying he heard me and he came out and said, I'm going to prove my dude Gabe wrong. No, it ain't nothing like that, bad. But, man, I was demanding to see better. You know what I mean? And he did better. He was running hard, man. Davion Smith was running like like a dude who's been hearing the negative talk about the run game. Like an RB1 whose run game has been getting criticized and blamed. He was running like an RB1 who was running for his job, but he ran well. 14 attempts for 63 yards. Not bad. Not bad. I mean, he had, what was it? He had a 4.4.5 yard average. So he had a much better than what was like, what was it, like 2 yard average he had last week. So I was happy with this. Letty Brown had 10 attempts for 40 yards, caught a couple passes. I was starting to see the offense kind of open it up as well because that run game started working. I mean, we started seeing Letty Brown being used. You know, he was getting some of those little dumb passes when Luis Bettis was backed up. Everything about this game was going our way. Everything. And then, I don't know what happened. What I do know is that the time of possession was completely one-sided. Okay? When you look at everything. I do know that offensively, we were just rolling, man. You know, Luis Perez was hitting his spots. He had that beautiful, beautiful pass on Tyler Vaughn's first touchdown. You know, Tyler Vaughn had to get up under the cornerback, under the DB, and he did. You know, and I believe it was he got Javonte Payton in the end zone and wide open for a touchdown. So the pass game was there. Sal Cannella with 4 catches for 48 yards. I mean, y'all, I don't know if y'all understand this, but Luis Perez, he connected to 8 different receivers in this game. Okay, 8 different pass catchers. I ain't even playing with y'all. So we were rolling, man. And the defense was doing their thing for most of the game as well. All right, now there was a few here and there, those scoring drives that the defenders had. They would always come up with some big third down. Now, which was, by the way, too, I mean, our third down was ridiculous. Our third down was ridiculous when you look at the differences there. Okay, but problem is when they had their big third downs, it was because either one, we were just falling apart in coverage, or two, Tama was just evading our sacks. He was evading the rush. He was extending plays, and he was either taking off and running for the first down, or he was rolling out, evading the sack, extending the play outside of the pocket, and hitting a receiver downfield. And it was frustrating to watch as hell. Frustrating as hell to watch. But we got to the second half, and it came down to a late TD drive. Okay, that we allowed them to just go right down and score a touchdown, man. Jordan Ta'amu, there was a was a third down on that drive, man, where he got away from the sack, hit the receiver, man. It was just, I'm watching this dude at times, and I'm yelling at the TV, get him! Just grab the dude, man, take him down. But easier said than done, you know what I'm saying? So, with 1:12 left in the game, in the first half, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, I know. They allowed that late TD drive. That was big. That was big because that took a little bit of momentum for them to the half. They kept it manageably close. Like I said, they hung around. They were hanging around, man. Well, fast forward to 2:08, like I said, left in the game, 10-point lead, 28-18. And there was one point when we had the drive where we were about to extend it to 10 points, man, where everybody's blaming Lindsey Scott, and it's the inexperience here, but, he just didn't let the clock run down. 2 minutes. He snapped the ball, and that basically gave them a free timeout, free stoppage of the clock, man. Could have ran out at least another 20, 30 seconds, maybe. But I'm not blaming that. Besides the defense, man, the special teams just completely fell apart on the ensuing kickoff. With 2 minutes left in this game, y'all got a 10-point lead, and the one thing y'all cannot afford to do on the ensuing kickoff is give up a huge return. And that's exactly what y'all did. 57-yard return, man. Are you kidding me? 57-yard return sets up DC at the Arlington 35-yard line, y'all. And that's when I started feeling sick to my stomach. I was like, oh, what is this, man? Well, no, this ain't going to happen. This ain't going to happen. Oh, it was about to happen. It was, man. It was. The team just, they fell apart. They fell apart. You know, once he got them up to the 35, I was like, oh, that was it. Because he basically already set them up in field goal range. You know what I'm saying? And now they still kept the ball going, and there was a chance for Arlington. There was a chance. Okay. But 4th and 12 conversion. 4th and 12. It was ugly. It was ugly. Because the conversion now that they were doing after DC went and scored and got the 2-point conversion. Or did they? I don't remember. Did Tom get it? I'm sorry, but I watched this game 3 times this week, y'all. And it's still just rolling in my head, man. Different key plays. And I'm trying to focus on certain ones I have in my notes. But everything about this game just kept telling me that we're in control. We're in control. There was no reason to lose this game. And yet, somehow, we found a way to lose this game. All right. 4th and 12 conversion. Tamu underthrows a pass behind the receiver. Okay. Was it intentional? I don't think he was trying to go that low and behind the receiver. He was trying to kind of make him stop a little bit because, we had the DB right there in the slant. Well, the receiver still made the catch. Okay. Ty Scott was able to reach back and down. He made the catch, converted it. Let's keep rolling on. All right. The next play. Oh, we could have ended this. It was so close. And it was Duralo, cornerback from the Arlington Renegades. I see what he was doing. I see. But he went for the interception. They threw a pass up on the sideline, and he went for the interception. Just timed it off a little bit. Couldn't get it. They get an easy first down right in there, for a chip shot field goal. And that's the field goal I was trying to get to earlier when I was trying to talk about that touchdown drive that led them to the 4th and 12 conversion. But the 4th and 12 conversion is interesting to me because since the beginning of the season, I was one of these people that was like, nah, we should have used the XFL's version. I think 4th and 15, those 3 yards, if you've ever played football, if you've ever coached football, when you're like on a 4th and long or 3rd and long, those 3 yards, they make all the difference in the world, baby. They do. But this is what they chose to do. I mean, this is probably something we can get into in the off season. But for now, they converted it. They got it going. And that's game over, baby. That's game over. Now, as far as the MVP for us, my renegade of the game, wide receiver Tyler Vaughn's, 9 receptions, 109 receiving yards, and 1 touchdown. It was just, like I said, the defense allowed them to hang around. It was just, they would get a stop, and then all of a sudden they get back on the field, and they were just letting them drive down the field. They could not seem to stop them on 3rd down, and that has been our issue this year, the 3rd downs. It was the issue in the second half against Birmingham. It was the issue all game long against the Battlehawks, who we also lost in the final minute of that game with a lead. Okay? I've actually seen people talking about how Luis Perez is the problem. If that's what you're thinking, do me a favor, okay? Take your hand and just smack yourself real quick because you're not thinking straight. Luis Perez leads the league right now in passing yards, okay? He's up there in top 3 in all the major categories, okay? For touchdowns, completions, percentage, everything. So y'all just settle that talk down, okay? The defense right now really has to be a concern, especially in the secondary. The inconsistency there, it's unacceptable at this point, especially for a Bob Stoops coached team. his legacy has always been based around very strong defense, okay, and run games. And right now we saw the run game pick it back up. Okay, we did. But I mean, we have 71 total rush yards in this game. So while that's not over 100, it's much better than what we saw the past 2 weeks. It's getting better. But the defense really should have allowed the offense to run away with this game, and they allowed DC to hang around. That's unacceptable, man. 2 weeks in a row that we lose in the final minute. We got to deal with it, though. We got to deal with it because we got a big one coming up, y'all. But shout out, okay, to the DC Defenders, man. Yeah, we'll see y'all again. We're going to see y'all again. And hopefully it's a different turnout next time, at least for my Renegades, man. But hey, we got somewhere to be right now. I'll be right back, man. We got to pay some bills, all right? Commercial coming up. Hey, Hellraisers podcast, baby. Yeah.
The game, forget the money and fame. Stay ready, making sure that they'll remember my name. I got a hunger inside when the numbers are tied. Yo, I'ma turn it up a level, never will be denied.
Welcome back to Hellraisers podcast. All my familia out there, how you guys doing? Thank you for joining me on another episode this week, man. As we are back. We are back, and it is time. I'll get back on the defense in a little while, okay? Because that's going to come when it comes to the social media segment, okay? It's time to look ahead, y'all. It's time to look ahead. Our Arlington Renegades this week, we will be traveling to Houston to take on the Roughnecks up in their house. That game is Sunday at 12 p.m. Mountain Time. We'll be on FS1 and on Sirius XM Radio on the Fox Sports channel. So y'all check out your listings, man, and be sure to check it out. If you cannot watch the game, but you have Sirius XM, there it is. I've caught a couple of the games on Sirius XM. So the only thing I don't like about it is that they're using again the television telecast audio. So a lot of times when you're listening to it, you're going to hear, oh, that was a big play. And then he won't tell you like how many yards or where the ball's at now. And you're like, come on, say something, dog, say something. Which is that tells me, that he's not used to doing radio. If you do radio like me, I grew up around DJing, man. I grew up, my dad was a DJ, radio DJ all his life. I grew up around listening to games being broadcast on the radio, sports talk radio. All right, so that's kind of where I get my vibe from. So, you got to be explanatory, man. You got to paint the picture for the people listening to the broadcast, dog. You know what I'm saying? So, but hey, it's still entertaining to listen to it, man. So y'all be sure to check it out. If you cannot catch the game on TV, catch it on Sirius XM, all right? But it's time to get into this, man, because we got the Roughnecks coming up. Yeah, they had a rough time, too. They had a rough one. The Roughnecks had a rough time, no pun intended. They've had a rough time this season. They're sitting also at 0-3. And I mean, what can we say about it? They're basically going through the same kind of patch we are, except the only difference is I think the Roughnecks expected to have some struggles this year. Okay. Being that while they took the Roughnecks in name, they didn't take the Roughnecks team. This was essentially the Gamblers squad, which was not a very good team last year. So if they put that paint on it, Roughnecks made it look nice and pretty, but it wasn't really the Roughnecks. But this is the Roughnecks that we got now. Okay. And I was talking about it all off season, man. I'm like, man, these Roughnecks, they need to have this rivalry, man. The Arlington Renegades and Roughnecks, that's a rivalry that the Spring Football League needs. Problem was, I didn't expect the rivalry to go down like this, man, with each team trying to get their first win 4 games into the season. You know what I mean? It's rough, man. It is. But here we are. Here we are. When we look at the Roughnecks squad, on this week's segment of Know Thy Enemy. They're having some quarterback issues, man. They're having some quarterback issues. Now, the key here, though, is Mark Thompson put out on social media that he's back at practice this week. How much work he's going to get against Arlington, I don't know. I do not know. I have a feeling he's going to get some work. I don't know if he's going to be the bell cow. Okay. I don't know. I mean, when you're out for this long, you got to get back in game shape. And maybe he gets a lot of work. I don't know how effective he's going to be. If I'm being real, I'm not being a hater right here. I just don't expect this guy to come in and start running all over our defense. Now, it is our defense. I would not have been saying this last year, man. Last year, Arlington had a pretty good defense, and this year it's been, I don't know. It's been pretty good for most of the times, okay? But Arlington's defense, the woes continue because of one word: inconsistency. Inconsistency has been our problem, and inconsistency is going to be our downfall if they don't get it corrected. I was really surprised to not see any moves made on that defensive secondary this week. Are they going to maybe try some new guys out that are on the bench? I don't know. But I'm not the coach, but I do know as a fan that I know what the issue is. I think we all do. Inconsistency. When the key moments come up, y'all need to get off the field. That's the bottom line. All right, get off the field. So go into this game. I want to see the Arlington defense going into this game with a huge, massive chip on their shoulder, man. I want them going in there ready to do what? To raise some hell. If I'm being serious and frank, I want them to hear all the negative talk that has been talked about them all week, because they deserve it, man. I have no problem getting down on players. I'm a fan of the game like everybody else. Okay? I'll get down on the coaches when they're not coaching well. I'll get down on the players when they're not executing. Okay? They ain't got to listen to me, but I'm a fan. And as fans, we spend our time and our money supporting these teams. So, of course, we are emotionally invested in these teams. So, yeah, I'm going to speak my mind with some of these players. Just they're not executing right. But right now, it's that secondary as a whole. As a whole, they made some plays this year. They have. We saw it. Like I told y'all, they held Jordan Thomas to 188 yards. But it was what he was doing on the ground. When he got into that second level, okay, they needed to really just clamp down, because if that secondary is holding it down, whether they're playing in man or in zone, then you're not needing to back up those linebackers. And that is when Jordan Ta'amu was noticing those linebackers were dropping back in coverage, he's like, I'm out, baby. Peace. Y'all going to have to catch me after I run for this first down. And that's what he was doing. He was killing us, man. Killing us. While he didn't have a big game passing, Jordan Ta'amu took the team on his back in the key moments in this game. Let's be real. Renegades fans, let's be real. In crunch time, it was Jordan Ta'amu versus our defense in crunch time. And Jordan Ta'amu took that team on his back, and he said, y'all just get on my back because I'm about to run through these boys. Bottom line, Arlington, defense, get it together, baby. Get it together this week, man. I want to see you guys playing with a huge chip on your shoulder, okay? Because the Roughnecks, their offense has been struggling, y'all. Struggling. And this is that kind of game where they've been seeing the way our defense has been inconsistent. So they're like, look, if we can just hang around, we could do what DC did or what St. Louis did. Now, they're not going to have the shootout with us that St. Louis had. But what they're going to try to do, hold us to field goals, try to have just enough offense to get into field goal range, kick some field goals, maybe try to get a touchdown. Defense, I don't want to see none of that. None of that. Renegades defense this week, man. I want y'all to step up in crunch time, please. Please. Come on, man. Look at me. I'm sad, man. It's sad. No, I'm not. I am. I love this game. I love this team. And I love what we got going, man, in terms of spring football. I support all the teams. Yeah, we do the trash talk, and that's how like it is. I'm gonna say this and that, but in the end, man, I try to support the teams, not the way I support my Renegades now. Don't get it twisted. I'm not gonna sit there rooting up and down for y'all. Mm-mm. I want Birmingham to lose a game. Tired of hearing their fans, man. You know, I'm glad Memphis ain't living up to what everybody was saying they would when I kept telling them what's on paper is not always what's going to be the turnout for the season. Okay, but you never know. We're a third of the way into the season, Hellraisers, and all I know is I'm fully invested in this, man. I am. I am. So y'all be ready for this game this week, man. It's going to be on Sunday. If you can make it to Choctaw Stadium, jump on to Facebook, go into my group, Arlington Renegades Fan Nation. Share your pictures, man, because I'm putting out some just some little social media fun stuff. Putting some collages together with the fans at the games, man. So y'all shoot me your video like some of you have been doing. Okay, post up some reels and stuff. We'll have fun with it, man. But this week, Houston Roughnecks, yeah, we coming for you. No, we are. Y'all know you ain't gonna have an easy time of it. So I think the Renegades finally get in the win column this week. I think the defense knows what's at stake because this could be their season. How last week could have been their season. I don't know. I came out here and I said it loud and clear. It was a must win. We didn't get the job done, but third of the way in, you never know what's going to happen with the other teams. All I know is right now, Arlington, one game at a time. Let's go out and win, baby. Everything else will fall into place, maybe. And if it doesn't, we have an opportunity to at least have a winning season still. Okay. But defense, come on, man. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it together. All right. By the way, y'all, you can catch Hellraisers podcast Thursdays all season long. Thursday night, actually, on Spotify. You'll be able to catch it on Friday on YouTube. Yeah, courtesy of the United Football Media. Y'all get on there, man. Show your love, show your support, share everything, man, because we are growing. That is for sure, man. And also, you can catch Gridiron Nation Podcast, my other show. It's much more unfiltered. I cover everything, man. Every kind of sport. I talk about it. I like getting guests on there, getting you guys in here, man. How we have some fun social media segments with movies and music and entertainment. It's a lot of fun, man. So y'all be sure to check me out. I'm available on all audio streaming platforms, available on YouTube as well. All right. Under Gridiron Nation Podcast. So y'all go on and check me out and follow. And you can also find all my Renegades videos on there as well. Okay. Hit me up on Instagram at @GGarcia_gridiron and on TikTok at Gridiron Nation Podcast, where I'm posting up all my reels every single week. Okay. You can catch me on Saturdays on the Gridiron Show with my co-host, Jersey the King. We cover a lot wider range of UFL on there every single week. And also, we're starting to cover the IFL. All right. So just letting y'all know, just keeping y'all posted. Also, hit me up on my email, the number one renegadesfan at gmail.com. One renegadesfan at gmail.com. Send in your questions every week. And I've got one right now that we are about to get to. All right. And I just got this. Okay, so it was one that I'm really like. I'm just gonna answer it on the fly. It comes from Andy Henderson via the email. Shout out to Andy Henderson, man. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you for sending that in, for supporting the show, listening and watching, man. All love and respect. He says, "Do you believe the Renegades will lose fan support with a losing season?" Great question. Great question. And all I'll say is we better not, because let me tell y'all something, okay? I'm going to be real with you guys, as I always am, but it's easy to root for a team when they're winning. You know what I mean? And right now, this league is new. It's young. I get it. I mean, I've had a few people that follow Gridiron Nation podcast that have told me that they weren't into UFL or spring football. I got them. I started talking about it all last year. And, I got them excited about this spring football year. So a lot of them were like, you know what, man, you're always talking about the Renegades being your team. I'm gonna check out your squad. I was getting comments, messages about it, still do. And they were like, they're rooting for him. And now I feel bad, right? Because I'm like, I'm like on the other show now. I'm like, man, I feel like I led y'all astray. We came off a championship. Y'all thought you were coming to a championship team looking like a champion. And instead, I pulled you onto the bandwagon of an 0-3 team. But see, this is where the real recognize real. This is where the fakes kind of weed themselves out, because it's much more difficult to follow with emotion and excitement every week a team that is losing ball games. Even though the Renegades right now could very easily be not just 3-0, but at least 2-1. Let's be real. They're not. I get it. I get it. What matters is the final score at the end of the games. I know. But I'm just saying, if you watch the games, you understand why I'm saying that. If you watch the games, you understand why some people have even said that they're better than the Showboats right now. But, Andy, to answer your question, I do not believe so, because I want to trust our fan base. Okay. I want to trust that no matter what happens this season, we're still going to be there every game. We're still going to be online every game. You're still going to see me on here every game, talking loud, supporting the squad. Like I said, we could be 0-9, and in week 10, I am still going to be trash talking, telling it like it is, what I think, how it should go down. Win or lose, baby. That's what it is to be a fan. Okay? The real fans, yeah, they're going to show their support, stick around, and show their love for the squad no matter what goes down. Oh, we're going to be real with it. You're going to hear the real fans. We can talk. We can complain. Okay? Because no matter how much I complain about how bad this team has looked in key moments, guess what? I'm still going to be there on Sunday with my surround on, got my drink, my food, my snacks, pacing, watching my squad every single play. Right? When you are a fan of a team, you believe it. Hell, we could be a bad team. Like Houston fans, they're watching their squad right now because they believe they can win every single week. That's how we got to be too. All right, so Hellraisers, do not lose faith. Season's not over. Okay? Oh, it's going to be an uphill climb, but it starts this week against the Roughnecks. Let's take them out, baby. This is one of the rivalry I've been talking about, and this would be a fun way to kick in this rivalry by getting our first win against what will be the only winless team in the league. Yeah. So that's how it is, man. All right. So y'all send in your questions. Hey, Andy, thank you so much for that question, man. Y'all send in your questions again to onerenegadesfan@gmail.com. Send them in. I'll read one every single week, man. We'll talk about it. All right, guys. Now, I did put it out there. I said, after starting the season, 0-3, I wanted to know what you guys thought of the season. I'm gonna read your answers right quick. Some of them before I head out for the day. All right. So the question was, Hellraisers, after starting 0-3, what are your thoughts on the rest of the season? Oh, and y'all were quick, man. Quick to respond to this. Yeah. And this is why I have faith in my fan base, y'all. Okay. This is why. First of all, Javier Alejandro Albarran, he says, it is what it is. Just keep going to the games and be thankful that we can watch the squad again. Yes. Rudy Juarez, big supporter. Thank you, Rudy, for supporting, watching the show. And he says they could easily be 3-0. And he's absolutely right. Just a couple things have changed, gone differently. You're right. Some key plays made. Jay Avery Johnson says there's something missing in the coaching. Back-to-back seasons, we start off to piss poor results in the close games. Predictable run, pass, play calling on offense. The defense needs a middle-of-the-field run stopper, especially as it relates to the QBs eating up rushing yards in the middle. Thank you, Avery. Thank you. Exactly what went down this past week. Yeah. Yeah, but secondary. If y'all hold it up all game long, we don't need those linebackers trying to help out in coverage on the back end. You feel me? Just saying. Just saying. Amanda Usuri, she says they could turn it around like last year. Yes, they could. Now, just keep in mind, Hellraisers, is that the playoff format is different. It's not the top two teams from both conferences getting in now. It's the two conference winners and then the next two best records. Okay. So we could have three playoff teams from one conference. It's possible. So they got to start winning now. And I'm talking about a win streak if they've got any chance. Okay. Jimmy Hanna says it's still early. They are playing better. Do not give up. You have not heard the last of them yet. I feel you on that, Jimmy. See, I love my fan base, man. Love my Hellraisers, man. Anthony Juanillo Jr., he says they need to get a brand new defensive coordinator because losing all these fourth quarter leads is not going to cut it. I feel you, man. I feel you. Ron Wilhite, he says, being that the team is 0-3 after 3 games and making the assumption that they will start winning their games, it will be week 6 before they reach 500, leaving 4 games in which to improve their playoff chances. Hey, if you're at 500 with 4 games left, there's an opportunity. All I'm saying. But to get to 500 starts this week. Let's go. Let's go. And Mike Sanders said we should be 3-0. The defensive collapses are not going to get it done. So y'all seem to understand exactly what I'm talking about and feel the same way, you know. So, hey, but we're still going to be here doing our thing, man. Y'all be there on Sunday. Be ready to just go on, man, and let's support the squad, okay? We do have a chat going every week. If you're on Facebook, go to the search bar, look up Renegades Fan Nation. It is a group on Facebook. Join the group, okay? Not the page. The page is actually my personal page, but it's the group. Join the group on Facebook, man. We're getting bigger. It's a very, very young group, but we're growing every single day. We have a game chat going on during the game, man. So y'all go on, check it out. Root the squad on with us every single week because win or lose, I'm going to be backing this team. I'm going to be speaking my mind about it. But I'm still going back the squad 100%. It's time for me to get up out of here, baby. But hey, before I do, guys, you go get into your weekend here, going into next week. However we win or lose, it's going to probably decide my mood on Monday. I just got to be real with you guys, man. Just, hey, life's going to be coming at you, man. Life is going to be coming at you, okay? And it's going to bring you some adversity every single week, all right? But this is how I like to end my show, with just a little bit of positivity that no matter what life's going to throw at you this week, okay, you're going to face that adversity head on. I need y'all to. I know you can do it. Just like the squad. Squad's facing 0-3 adversity right now. But guess what? They're going to step on that field and they're going to raise some hell against the Roughnecks this week. So, whatever situation life's going to put you in during the week, you step into that situation. What do? Yeah, you raise some hell, baby. My name is Gabriel Garcia. This is Hellraisers Podcast, y'all. I'm going to catch you guys next week. Check me out on Tuesday. Gridiron Nation Podcast, available on all audio streaming platforms. But other than that, I'm going to catch you guys next Thursday and Friday. Hellraisers Podcast. Hey, y'all, let's raise some hell, baby. Peace.